Of all the guests on this program, few would be more significant than my next one, not just, of course, for his insight, but because the topic should grab everyone's attention. Keith Stein, welcome to the program.
Well, thank you for the kind words, Jason.
So the Presidio Auto Technology Summit, the second annual, where innovation meets capital. And I mean, the marketing that we're doing on this, I think, explains it all, right? It's make plans along with our partners at Holman Growth Ventures to attend what is an innovative one-day event. But the beauty of this, Keith, it connects trailblazers and rainmakers in the auto tech world. And I even wore a black V-neck tech shirt for this interview. Tell me why this is a great event. Tell me why last year was so good and why this year is going to be so good.
Well, we've made it a point, Jason, to call it a summit, not a conference. We don't really believe in people giving speeches and other people sitting in rows. We expect there to be great interaction at our conference. We start out the day with coffee and connections, which is where tech entrepreneurs get to talk directly to capital and share what they're doing in the industry, what they're doing inside their companies, and how they're working to improve the customer experience and improve automotive operations. We're going to end the day with a cocktail hour as well. So there'll be a lot of intermingling. We're going to have thought leaders from throughout the industry. If you look back to the origin of this concept of a Presidio Tech Summit, it was all about how do we share our relationships more broadly. So we're going to have OEMs in the room. We're going to have tech aggregators in the room, some of the largest aggregators in auto technology in the country, venture capitalists, private equity, and of course, entrepreneurs that are working inside the industry.
And the whole idea here, Keith, and we learned this last year in Denver, and of course, this is being held in Denver again on October 23rd, but the whole idea is to marry up the innovators with those who may be interested in meeting the innovators. It is that nexus point, isn't it, Keith?
Yeah, and it's what we do in what we call auto tech services inside of Presidio. It's what we do every day. We work with our clients who are largely tech entrepreneurs, and we match them up with the right strategic capital. Really, this is a very difficult game, being an entrepreneur and being an entrepreneur in automotive tech. And we just want to come alongside them with the right strategic partners and increase the odds of their success. I love the underlying theme of this conference, if you will. It's where innovation meets capital, but an underlying theme is it is hard to be an entrepreneur. It is difficult business. It is hard work. And I'm reminded of what Ernie Garcia said at our last conference. He said, all the easy stuff's already taken. Yeah. What we're doing is hard. If it was easy, somebody would have already done it. And that's the way we feel about the entrepreneurs that'll be attending our conference. I love our keynote this year that you brought along for us, Colin O'Brady, who lives his life doing hard things like crossing Antarctica on foot solo or biking across the U.S. with a companion in, I think, 6 days, right? I don't know if I could drive across the U.S. in 6 days, but he biked across the U.S. in 6 days. So should be a great discussion.
Yeah. Colin O'Brady is the opening keynote. And of course, what a nice element to that is that Sandy Schwartz, who is the chief executive officer of the Cox family office, leaving that position at the end of the year at Cox Enterprises, is actually doing the introduction. And he made the introduction to Presidio Group, introduced Colin to us, a 10-time world record holder, and truly inspirational to kick off our day from that perspective. Let's talk about themes. What are you hearing as the head of the tech team that will permeate throughout this conference? I know there are a couple of omnipresent topics, but I want to hear from you. What are the issues that are out there in the tech space, in the venture capital world, and in the entrepreneurial world?
Yeah, let me start by saying, if you're not working on improving the customer experience or dealing with a dealership pain point, you're probably not at the conference. I mean, that's the broad overarching theme. How do we improve the customer experience in the automotive retail channel through technology? And how do we improve dealership operations? Inside of that, there's a theme across every industry right now, and it's not going away anytime soon. And that is artificial intelligence, AI. We hear a lot in the past about the lore stories about man versus the machine and which one's going to win. I like how we coined this term for the conference in the section that we're going to discuss, man and the machine. It's really an augmentation of people using AI to serve our customers better and in a more efficient way, to improve productivity and improve the customer experience. So that'll always be a constant theme for us go forward. The other broad themes are customer data, cybersecurity, and issues facing the industry today.
What are you hearing in terms of the flow of investments that are going back and forth from entrepreneurs to the, basically the movers and shakers on the capital side? What thematically is coming out for you?
Yeah, a couple of things. I would say, a lot of folks that create wealth inside the dealer channel have the opportunity to take that wealth outside the dealer channel, look for investments outside the dealer channel. We're really seeing a resurgence of folks pouring capital back into the dealer channel. Even well-established companies that have their own venture capital arms are getting heavily focused at opportunities inside of auto tech. I would say from a technology perspective and a technologist perspective, we're seeing a lot of companies from outside the industry take a look at this $1.2 trillion industry and saying, wow, I want to go participate in that market and bring my skills and expertise to that market. So we're seeing really strong entrepreneurs, we're seeing incredible platforms, and we're seeing really healthy cap tables fuel their involvement in the auto tech space.
This event, and you mentioned it at the outset, it is broken up into blocks. There are about 8 different short blocks of either presentations or panels. There are 25 speakers. It's interesting. We're going to get both ends of the spectrum, right? We're going to get the Mike Maroonies of the world. And then on the tech side, we're also going to get some really burgeoning companies that have just risen to the forefront lately. Rich Sands, CEO of Stella Automotive, or even getting down into the dating game, which will have, I mean, you have to explain this. I can't do it. So you've got to do it, right? For a legitimate reason here. But what are we going to do in the dating game that's going to bookend this?
Well, listen, backed by popular demand, Jason Stein in a gold sequin jacket. I mean, everybody wants to see that. That's a really interesting concept. We kind of came up with the idea just to have some fun. We want to have fun at this event as well. But it really, what happened in that first try of this is we really started to see, an entrepreneur interviewing capital and what they're concerned about, and then a VC investor interviewing a set of entrepreneurs and what they're concerned about. And what we love about that, it was an open dialogue and really an education for everybody in the room.
And for those who don't remember, it does harken back quite literally, including the graphics and the set design, to the 1970s, 1980s dating game, a bachelor on one side, bachelorette on the other. And it's pretty cool how they do interview each other. So there you have it, the second annual Auto Technology Summit, October 23rd in Denver, where innovation meets capital in partnership with Holman. And we should also say that some of our lead sponsors here who are along with us on the ride, lead sponsor is JM Family Enterprises, gold sponsors NCM Associates, FM Capital, Cars Commerce, and our bronze sponsor is the Colorado Automobile Dealers Association. Go to the website to find out more. It is quickly approaching. Again, October 23rd in Denver, thepresidiogroup.com, and then the events tab to find out more. Keith, thank you so much for explaining a little more about the second annual Tech Summit, and we'll see you there.
Thank you, Jason. Appreciate your time this morning, and see everybody at the event.